Welcome to A Word from the Herd, a Bucknell University Alumni Career Services video where we hear from Bucknell alumni. Today we're going to talk to Bucknell alumni who are on campus recruiting students at the annual Career and Internship Fair. Bucknell alumni offer some really great information, so this video series is for you to hear from other Bucknellians and get advice and perspective from them.
Once I entered the workforce, I had been an economics major at Bucknell, and starting to work in finance, I had a lot of challenges just overcoming the change in background. So Bucknell prepared me with my liberal arts education to do whatever I wanted to do, but I hadn't really had the accounting background that a lot of my job responsibilities would have. So it required a lot of networking and working with some of my colleagues to figure out how to sort of bridge that gap between the economics and the accounting. So if I had to go back and change it, I probably would have taken a little bit more accounting or other types of classes while I was at Bucknell outside of what my major required.
The biggest challenge that I have found is making a name for yourself. And I think that putting yourself out there, I think that it's very easy to get intimidated by the people that you work with, because as Bucknellians, you go into the industry and you work with the best and you want to work with the best. And sometimes that can be intimidating, but really staying confident and knowing how to problem solve will really help you overcome that.
I think the most important thing was something very similar to what I did at Bucknell, and that was getting to know everyone around me who could act as a resource. So similar to how at Bucknell I approached my TAs, my professors, used office hours, I did very similar at my first job in that I scattered out my technical resources, vice presidents, senior level people, and just both use them as a resource, but also use that as a way to get myself known and kind of sell for myself and get my accomplishments known.
I established myself pretty early on using the skills I learned here. Being able to manage my time, manage social life, manage my responsibilities helped me establish myself not only at RSM but also in New York City without really having to change a lot of my personality. Bucknell really set me up well just in terms of the classes, the social outlets, building relationships and being a part of a team, which is extremely valuable in your job.
So I was a biology major at Bucknell, and I didn't want to go in to be a dentist or in a lab or anything. So I don't directly apply it to my job, but I think the ability to really think critically and analyze data is what's helped me grow so much in the company that I'm at now, and I feel like I'm continually challenged and using that same part of my brain in my professional life.
Undergrad at Bucknell, I was electrical engineering, but had a passion for software, and the coursework hit software, but not quite to the extent that computer science would. But going into the job search, I really just tried to prove that I had a passion for it, was interested outside of school, tried to do some of my own projects, and going to the job search, I really just tried to portray my interest in software and ended up only applying to software jobs. And I now work in Burlington at a software startup called 128 Technologies, and I love my job.
So while Chatham hires from a variety of majors, I've actually had the chance of using my actual classwork in my day-to-day job quite often. So I have my actual textbook from a class sitting on my desk I use almost every day, which has been awesome.